What's good, everybody? My name is Alckemy. I'm here to talk about myself because it's my channel, but more importantly, I'm here to actually talk to you about making money as a music producer, making money as a content creator, some pros and cons to it, and some videos I saw today that give me a little bit of perspective that I have my own thoughts on. So there's a lot to get into, and I'll most likely go on a tangent, so I apologize. I don't really care if you subscribe anymore because it doesn't matter on YouTube, but if you guys could like the video and like join in on the discussion, let me know what you think in the comments, or tell me something else, tell me how your day is going. That helps a lot. So here is the big idea about this. The music industry, in my opinion, has changed quite a bit. We don't really make a lot of dollars off of like sales anymore, right? Especially now that the digital age has come out. To put some things into perspective for you, I think I've made like $10 since 2018 from my music sales. And it's really interesting because I don't actually really like release music anymore. I don't really like put stuff out. I'm like, oh, Alckemy official release. Like, why would I do that? A lot of people are really into this idea that it's like, yo, you got to be part of a label to make it, right? You got to be, famous or something in order for you to even make it as a music producer and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, there's so many different avenues that you can explore that can either be something as small as a side hustle or something that you can pursue full time. There's pros and cons of that. Again, we'll talk about that in a second. But honestly, like being part of a label, that would be really cool. I'm not part of a label. I wouldn't consider myself to be a professional musician. Maybe like an entry level professional sound designer, I think would be pretty safe to say. But yeah, it's like you get part of a label and they help promote your music and stuff, but you could be promoting your music on your socials, right? You could be promoting your music by networking. You could be doing all that stuff yourself, maybe perhaps with a YouTube channel. Or you could be doing all that and nobody still watches you or listens to anything that you have to say because they're just not interested. Who knows? It's a gamble. So with that, it's not all doom and gloom, right? Because even though people aren't really making a ton of money off of selling records anymore, people are making money off of things like ghost producing, making sample packs, which isn't really making music, but is still related to music, teaching, doing tutorials, doing YouTube. We'll talk more. I'll go into specifics about this one, but it'll take a long time to get through, so bear with me. Merchandise, playing shows, sponsorships from YouTube as well, I guess. Selling beats online, selling vocals online, or collaboration or something like that. So you have a lot of options that not all of them are necessarily related to, putting out an album or putting out an EP. But I kind of want to just turn you all, especially like people that are trying to like figure their way out, that's like, hey, I do music and I'm thinking that it might be more than a hobby. You have options, but you kind of have to find your niche. You kind of have to find what works for you. And I would say try everything. That's why I did YouTube. That's not why I did YouTube. That's why I'm still on YouTube, right? There's still a bunch of stuff that I'm trying. So when it comes to like my personal finances and stuff, I'm not going to go too into detail on that. But primarily, I would say I make most of my money through sample packs and the online store alckemy.com, which, thank you all, by the way. I hope that you guys love the sounds. I'm not trying to, unison MIDI chord pack you all. I'm trying to like say, hey, the stuff that I have, I believe in it. And I found myself into a place that I do it on stream. So like almost everything I make is on stream. And then I'm actually making music with it, which we'll talk more about here in a second. But yeah, it's like there's no secrets here. There's nothing that I'm trying to gatekeep or trying to bait you into. It's just like being transparent with what it is that you make and trying to be honest and genuine about your pursuit if you're selling sounds. Oh man, that's a whole different can of worms. But anyways, so regarding all that, I primarily make most of my money through the website. The second primary means of consistent income is actually through YouTube memberships, because my videos do not go viral. I've got almost 13,000 subscribers. Thank you all, by the way. You guys are super awesome. But if you look at my video views, I'm like almost less than 1,000 on every single video. That's why I don't edit anymore, because I'm like, I don't have the time. What I do have, though, is a really amazing community. That's why I'm always so quick to say thank you all, because I've got a really small community, but really amazing community that has been walking this journey with me. And they actually help support the channel through YouTube memberships. Let's talk about that quickly. So, first of all, thank you. Even if you're an Azoth member, whatever, thank you so much, because it doesn't take a lot to change your life. It doesn't take 50 million sales in order for you to actually be like, oh shit, I'm making enough money to actually live off of this. And if that's all I have, but I can still sustain myself through a small community, I'm good. Of course, you want to grow, blah, 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 XYZ, but be grateful. But yeah, you don't have to have thousands of views on YouTube to make it. You don't even have to have a YouTube channel. You can actually monetize through Twitch. And the way that you do that is you get 50 followers, I believe, and then you have to activate like an account and do like an X amount of time of streaming, and then you can actually get like subs for your Twitch channel. The difference though is that on Twitch, you get half of your revenue taken from you. So if you've got a $5 sub, then that means that they take $2.50 out of it, and you don't get paid until you meet a $100 threshold. YouTube has a little bit higher of a ceiling, but they take 30% as opposed to 50%, and they offer not only ad revenue, which I think advertisers actually pay a lot more. We'll talk a little bit about that here in a second, but they pay a little bit more, but also you can have different tiers and offer different stuff in regards to that. And I think that it's just more robust as far as like an income thing. You do also have donations, and if you already have some kind of social following, let's say you're doing really well on SoundCloud, you can set up a Patreon. Noisa did that. They didn't, I mean, of course they're famous and stuff, but like Cohen Sound and Noisa didn't really have a YouTube channel. They were just like, yo, we're going to put up a Patreon and teach shit. So if you wanted to, theoretically, you can make money right now. The challenging part after that is to make sure that you have content, and then you have to network it, which is why having a YouTube channel helps out a lot. Having social following on Instagram or any kind of thing is very helpful in that sense, because it helps people figure out how to support you. I will say that the easiest way to get people to support you is to give them a reason to. So if you can find different avenues to give back to the community, if you can find different ways that you are contributing towards the betterment of somebody outside yourself, taking somebody on a journey with you, or doing something that's just really fucking interesting, that is incredibly helpful. So yeah, like you could theoretically start making money today, assuming that you've got the wherewithal to do that. With the YouTube stuff, there is ad revenue, there is memberships, there are donations, there is like sponsorships, which I would say the large majority of stuff that I've done, I have not done a single sponsored video. And nobody reaches out to me for that except for like fake spammers that's like, hey, I love your videos, can we pay you to sell an alarm clock? And it's like, if you get those emails and you're just getting monetized, ignore those. If you are going to be doing some kind of sponsorship thing, this is kind of where I want to talk about MrEdRollo's video, which is you gotta hustle, which he mentions, but don't give in to sponsoring a product that you wouldn't personally use yourself, or that you don't use yourself, which goes into the second aspect of that, which is affiliate marketing, which it's, you can do it, and it's definitely there, but I only have 2 affiliate marketing products that I do, which is Bitwig and Faceplant, and the reason why is because I use it every day. So there's that. Whenever sales are up, that's usually a great time to try to capitalize on that. Whenever an update comes out, Faceplant 2.0 came out, I was like, dude, I'm there, because that was dope. And I was like, this is something that I know is going to, be well. And I also have a discount that I could offer, so I feel comfortable with selling a product that I not only use, but I also, I have a discount code, so that gives me incentive to promote that. Bitwig unfortunately doesn't give out discounts anymore, and my sales have plummeted to like maybe 1 sale a month. It's totally fine. Why would you, right? It's extra work, so I don't blame anybody. That happens, that changes, and that's why affiliate marketing can sometimes be really good, but always consider affiliate marketing to be passive income, unless if you've just got something that that you promote that is just hella dope and that is going to do really well, to which, if that's what your channel is about, maybe you are about plugin reviews or something, and you've got affiliate marketing to freaking everything, by all means, do that. There's options. That's the point. So regarding ad revenue, I usually don't get a whole lot of money from that per month. I would say anywhere from like $100 to $200. And the reason why is because advertisers give you a dollar amount based off of how many thousand views you get. So that can fluctuate anywhere from like $3 all the way to like $15, depending on how much they're willing to put their ads on your channel. Of course, what that means is the more views you get, the more money you make in theory. But if you get $3 per thousand views and you get 30,000 views, I mean, cool, you made, $1,000. You get 1,000,000 views, like, I mean, that's definitely life changing if you make 30 grand off of a video for sure. But even still, you have to kind of adjust your expectations realistically, right? You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna make this video and it's gonna get thousands and millions of views and blah, blah, blah. So I don't put my money, no pun intended, on doing that. I try to put my money on giving you quality information that's going to help you sit through a video and help you learn something, like hopefully today. So let's see, what else is there? I do have merchandise. I've sold 5 shirts, which my instructor, Sifu Joel, shout out to you, by the way. We have another YouTube channel that we do like philosophical talks regarding martial arts and stuff, but he bought 3 of my shirts, and then my aunt bought 2. Thank you. And then I bought 1, and then I think my partner bought 1. So there's that. But that's not to say that you might not have a brand that's really cool, that has a really catchy image that you can do. And that's another benefit of YouTube, is that once you hit, it used to be 10,000, but now it's 1,000 subscribers, which I worked my ass off for 10,000 only for them to change it. But what can you say? And for like 5 sales, right, that were from people I know, to get merchandise on your channel, that you can have that below as a shelf is what they call it. So if you're into that kind of stuff and you're into the graphic design and whatever, then by all means, you could totally do it. But from that, the big thing that I actually wanted to talk about is that Cam mentions this idea in his video that he might be making music, he might be making sounds and doing all these things, but he doesn't actually have any time to make music for himself. And I really thought about that for a second, and even though he is a much bigger channel than me, even though he hopefully is successful, and I hope that he's happy and well, and the dog is cute as ever, he's found like a different path towards the content creation side of things, which is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video, versus doing what the whole channel was about for me in particular in the first place, which was making music. So my challenge to myself was, how do I figure out how to have time to make music while still, nourishing the YouTube channel? And what I have found is that all of the income that I have made, all of the like fluctuation of dollars and stuff that I have kind of come to, has all been from actually the same thing, which is the source, which is making music on stream. So that is what I do. I make music on stream. I don't make music for anybody else. I make music for me, and I do it while I'm streaming. And I have this really cool like show that I do where I'll spend fucking 3 hours on a snare, but after that I'll make a tune from start to finish, or make an idea or an arrangement. Now this tackles a lot of problems. The aspect of that is I don't have to focus on making tutorials, because if I'm online, I'm present. You can come in and just be like, dude, how do I do this? Don't ask me how to do something like a G Jones bass or something, which I'm sure that everybody now, if you're watching this, is going to do that. But you can ask me like different questions regarding production. You have access to a discussion, more importantly than a forum or even Discord or something, to where somebody is actually in the DAW working on a tune, and you can ask those really difficult questions that I think a lot of us have been trying to figure out. How do I get out of beat block? What do I do with my intro? How do I make an intro from a main section? How do I get out of the 8-bar loop of death? Those are things that while people are producing, they're solving those problems in the moment, and all you have to do is be present for that. Or, of course you can watch the VOD or whatever, but this idea of having somebody be doing this process right in front of you in a constant manner solves a lot of the issues about what tutorials are meant to do, which tutorials are meant to solve problems, right? Like, yeah, they're supposed to teach you something, but what they're teaching you is how to solve a problem. The second thing is, I don't have to worry about content creation, because the content that I'm creating is I'm making music. Thirdly, I don't have to worry about people listening to my music, because if you're in the stream, then not only are you listening to what I'm making, but you're there to see it being made, and you know me as an artist. So why do I need to submit something to a label? Why do I need to release music if I'm constantly making music as a means of a state of being, right? I'm not trying to do music, I'm trying to make music. And if you are there for that journey, I am literally in the moment, multitasking, yes, but I'm in the moment making something come out of the box as a means of live and organic. No, I am not an amazing musician. No, I cannot, play amazing and create beautiful works of art from these magical hands. But it is really fun to make beats on stream. It is really fun to see a sound design session happen right before your eyes and then watch it come together in context, because that's probably the most common question I get is, how do I contextualize these, crazy sounds that I make? Yeah, and sometimes it works out really well, sometimes it doesn't, but that's the honest part of it. That's the genuine aspect of that, and reminding ourselves that it's okay to fail. It's okay to make shitty music. It's okay to exist as an artist that is imperfect. But from a financial standpoint, what does this do? Well, I told you from before that my primary driver of making money is through my sample packs. But if I'm making music, let's say I'm making a sample pack, but I'm doing it in the context of using the samples that I make in a tune, then you already have an idea for the context that it is. So in theory, if I want to sell more sample packs, all I have to do is get better at music. Because it's my music that you are listening to, that you're gaining inspiration from. If you listen to my music and you want those sounds that are available on alckemy.com or whatever, and my music is better, then it's going to help bridge the gap of saying, oh, here is this not only being made in context, but here is this, inspiring thing. Hopefully, if I make shitty music, then what can you say? But here's this inspiring thing, or here's an idea or a framework of how this can be applied. And therefore, you have product information. You have a link to the description about where to go. You also have, access to ask questions. You have a complete package of musical information at your access, aside from hopefully being entertaining. And that is all being driven by the beats, the output that I have during a live stream. I love doing live streaming, and to me this is the value about why I do this more often than I do tutorials now, because I love making music. And that is what this channel is about for me. I might not be an amazing music producer. I might not be, somebody that's going to hit top 40 Beatport or something, or what the fuck ever, but I'm a producer, I'm a musician, and I make sounds for us. I make sounds primarily for me to use to, fulfill my own creative endeavors, but I make sounds and teach you all because I want you all to be successful as well. And that's why this video is being made, is to inform you on here is a way that you can consider, making it. Or here's just one strategy, because I would say come up with your own strategy, right? Don't copy me, do something different. But you can still make money off of doing music. It just has changed in the face of selling records. There's a lot of different avenues. There's a lot of opportunity to be made. And remember that even though the market is hella saturated, the hobbyistic side of this has been only increasing ever so much. And if you can support someone's hobby, if you can nourish someone's hobby and inspire them to want to take their hobby to the next level, it's no different than DLC for your favorite game, right? It's no different than, getting a new set of paintbrushes. It's a hobby. Everybody does it, whatever. But I'm the person that makes the tools that you need to create the music that you want. And that's why I feel really proud about, selling stuff, selling my products online, selling all this, is because this is stuff that I personally use. It's stuff that fuels the rest of the channel. And it's a system that I got really lucky to stumble upon, that I hope continues to grow, to be able to keep doing it. So thank you guys for watching. I know that this one was longer, but I think that there's a lot of really important topics to discuss with this regarding just the whole outlook of the industry. I'm not somebody that you should model your business after, because I am a humble YouTube channel, and that might be all I ever am. But it's still enough. It's still something. It's still, to me, like I've made it. And then something I was talking to my partner about is like, because of you guys and because of, you know, the fucking consistency that I put out on the channel, I've been able to like make it as a realistic person, right? I'm not a celebrity. I'm not somebody that, you know, is like someone that's untouchable. I have a very, you know, tangible, mediocre channel over the course of 5 years, and I've been able to make a humble living out of that. And that means that you all can too, if this is what you're really about. So this isn't, you know, I'm in a Lamborghini and I've made it and I'm in a huge house. I am in a huge house right now, but this isn't my house. I'm house sitting for somebody else. This is more of like, here's a step, here is a building block to kind of get to. And I think that everybody can get to this point if you stick with it long enough. If you guys have any questions, if you know, want to know more about this stuff, then let me know in the comments. If you have any stuff that you found success with, or have any advice to anybody that's trying to make it as a music producer, musician, whatever falls within that category, let me know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.